Welcome to this look at a new mod map to Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. I'm here on Lazy Acres Farm. This has been ported over by TNTmodding from FS19 to FS22, 128.53 megabytes download. Now, this, similarly to Eureka Farms, at first glance looks massively different. The map itself is pretty much the same to a degree. On New Farmer, we do start with a fair bit. We've got this whole plot across here. That main farm plot is only €798 or dollars. We've got a plot there, 1872, and a plot down there, which is 60. This plot along the bottom we start with as well, which is your forestry plot, which is 871, which is quite impressive. And then we've got the periphery, the verges, which is 0, which is all the outside bits. So that's on New Farmer. On Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, you don't have any of that, but it's not too expensive to purchase. Now, part of that up here, we've got the biogas plant. So on New Farmer, you do start with the biogas plant, as you can see, but on Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, you won't. But to get that plot, it doesn't cost anything. So once you've got it, you get the biogas plant anyway. Field prices, we've got the smaller fields up in the northwest, around the sort of 240, 220, yeah, something like that. Then we've got some more sort of mid-sized fields. Then we move up to the larger fields. They're not even, I say not even that expensive. They're fairly expensive, depending on what you start with, of course, whether you go for a farm manager or start from scratch and that kind of stuff, or whether you remove vehicles and all those kind of things. So, the main farm then, if we come out, looks massively different. The previous version of this had a lot of required mods from, oh no, Oxygen David was one of them. There was a group of 3 that were putting out mods at the time, and there were a lot of required mods. This one has no required mods at all. The slot count on New Farm is 1,279. The slot count on Farm Manager and Start from Scratch is 1,269, so 10 slots difference, that's all. The difference being that on Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, you don't have the farmhouse, the sleep trigger, and there's a silo through there. You don't start with the silo. That's the big difference, really, between the two. It looks a lot different because, as with Eureka Farms, which came out, was it a few days ago, there's a lot more trees on here. The previous version of this was a lot more open. There's a lot more trees. Was kind of the first thing I noticed, which made me think the map has changed massively. It hasn't really, it's just the trees. So, we shall crack on then. There are no collectibles or anything like that. Sleep trigger is just here. If we open up the doors, we do have a gator and we do have the pickup. I'm going to have the pickup. There is one odd thing. You may need to remove this tree immediately, but yeah, we've got a tree, but that's alright. I seem to recall the previous version of this. There was a footbridge across here, and I'm not. I really like TNTmodding. I like all the stuff, you know, the maps and the stuff, and all the unrealistic gear, and all the fact you can come on and play and just have fun. I think this is lacking something compared to the previous version. The previous version had a lovely little footbridge and always greenery. It looked really picturesque. I don't know. Whilst it's gained some things, I feel it's lost something. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. So, if we swing around into the main yard area, we'll talk about mods. So as far as mods in the build mode go, there aren't any. There's nothing at all under build mode that's been added in. Unlike Eureka Farms, which did have the sort of buy anything silo, that's not available on here. And they also had a modded version of the NL1622 16000 silo. This map hasn't got that on it. All the animal pens are standard in-game animal pens, starting with the pigs in front of us, which is 270 pigs, or has or can have 270 pigs. We've got a barn over here, and we'll talk about the rest of the mods in a moment. We do start with pretty much like we've done Eureka, 4 large case tractors, although we didn't start with 2 Magnums, did we? I'm trying to think what we started with, but anyway. We also start with the Deutz-Fahr as well. But as far as mods go then, for the game, unrealistic-y type things, if we go down to here, mods and DLCs, Lazy Acres Farm. It's pretty much the same selection as it was on Eureka Farms. If you didn't watch the Eureka Farms map tour, go and watch it. You don't have to, but I would suggest you go and watch it. If you didn't watch it, so we've got increased capacities and things of that ilk. I'm not going to go through like a mod review and show you all the options on all the vehicles, but needless to say, this bucket, 100,000 litres, that one will go from 250 to 340,000 litres, 520,000 litres, 320,000 litres, and so on and so, as you can see. But the seeders are where things are a little bit different. These have got larger capacities, so the 1775NT has got 35,240 litre capacity, and the Amazon Citan has got 78,000 litre capacity. This one here, the Braidell K165, not only has it got increased capacity, I missed this when I did the Eureka Farms, it also spreads from 120 to 180 metres. Not 12 and 18 metres, 180 metres. You can cover an entire field in one pass. Now again, you may not like this, you may not like the unrealistic stuff, so come onto the map, sell it all, and start with normal stuff. You don't have to use any of this stuff, you really don't. If we go across, then you've got the Bird 2, 42,000 litres. As far as I know, that's just the boom width on that one, so 36 metres. We've got an X9, 1100, 250,000 litre capacity. You'll notice down there as well, it shows sugarcane. Sugarcane is kind of added in on top of the crops. If you look here, that was something I was going to say, that both the seeders and the planters plant everything. And when I say everything, I don't just mean the usual cereal crops and the usual planter crops. It will do potatoes, it will do sugarcane as well. The only difference is these two have got larger capacities. The other ones have got standard capacities, but they will still do everything. So yeah, these will now harvest sugarcane as well on this map, I say from now on. We've got the Stego, which I think compacts silage clamps a lot quicker. 250,000 litre capacity, 495,000 litre capacity. I checked that one again. The pickup on that is a standard width. That's not got a wider pickup width on it, the forage trailer. And then we move on to the Tiger 6S, which will do sugar beet and potatoes, not just sugar beet, as will the header. Large capacity on the Abbey. We've got a T560, again 250,000 litres capacity. And then moving on to these last two, which were at the start on Eureka Farms. That X-Collect header will do sugarcane as well, but it's also got a much wide, it says 9 metres there, it's not 9 metres, it's got a much wider pickup. So if you want to do silage work, that's the header to go for if you want to get it done quickly. And then the same with the baler. So it looks, for all intents and purposes, a standard baler, but the pickup on that is really wide. So you can sort of clear a load of stuff very quickly. So a load of the same stuff that Eureka Farms had. We've got a load of unrealistic gear, but like I said, you don't have to use it if you don't want to. There's nothing forcing you to by any stretch of the imagination. So over here, I think was horses. Or was this the chickens? I think this is the horses. Horses, 14. Silage clamp, just there. We've got the cow barn. I say this is standard cow barn. This is not one with robot, standard with 80 cows, that will do. Chickens over here, 360. As we come further round, we've got our sheep at 65. That's where the Deutz-Fahr is sitting. We've got the Deutz-Fahr as well. And as we come over here, we've got the Kongsgilder mowers, we've got the forage trailer, tedder, windrower. We do have the NL1622 16,000 silo. That's a 16 million litre silo. Something I wasn't aware of. Well, maybe I just missed this, I don't know. A lot of the in-game standard silos will just do your standard crop types, like your cereal crop types. I'm not sure when these changed or whether they've always been like this. But this is almost a multi-fruit. It's not modded. If I go into build mode, I'll show you. If we go into silos, we go across to the end. There's nothing under modded silos from TNT. So what I did was I came into one of the other game modes, removed it, and then placed it again. And this will do your cereal crops. It will do potatoes, sugar beet. It does seed. Telmix ration, forage crops, pig food, which I don't remember them doing before, but they do. So yeah, 16mm silo, that's in there, but not a modded version of. If we come further round, we've got the other side of the cow barn and the other side of the silage clamp. Sugar beet header, and then the various different headers, seeder and planter, braidle spreader and trailer, and then we've got some more gear tucked away inside the barn. And the barn also has a workshop trigger in it, so we've got a bird 2, front of the trailer, we've got our baler, turn the shed lights on, one harvester. I'm pretty sure on Eureka we had 2 harvesters, didn't we, off the start, so a little bit less equipment, but not noticeably so. The cloner with the header, and we've got our sugar beet and potato harvester, if you should desire them. Now, from there, we will head around the map. I'm trying to think of a better route to go. Now, as I said, slot count, the only difference being all of these buildings are all here, all the vehicles are still here. The only difference between the 3 game modes is just the sleep trigger and the silo. Everything else is here. But like I say, you can remove it all if you own the land, which is nice and cheap to buy anyway. Whoa. Well, didn't look like a speed bump, but beware of the speed bump. Let's go. They're big fields, as you can see. It's always deceptive when you look on the map and you sort of look and say, well, these are your smaller fields, these are your medium fields. But on a map like this, I think there's 18 fields in total on here, compared to some maps where you've got 160 fields or something like that. You know, they're going to be big fields. Contracts are available on the map as well. So we're going to head this way around. So this is your forestry section, I guess. But again, you start with it on New Farmer, but on all the other 2 game modes it's really cheap to buy. So if you want to do a bit of forestry, you can. Biomass heating plant, it's just here. As we come past there, we've got our sawmill. Our manage sawmill point is over there, and buy point, and we've got our wood inputs. It's a standard sawmill. It will make pallets of planks with wood chip as your byproduct. Every plot on this map can be purchased, so it's another one of those ones where placeables, you can put them down wherever you want. So in a lot of the areas, a lot of the sell points where we've got big production facilities, where you've got big silos, there's normally plenty of apron space on the ground where you can put other sell points down on the production chains if you want to. So if you want to come on with Platinum DLC and add in some Platinum stuff, you can. That's where I'm going. So, as we pull in here, we have got, first up, the animal dealer sell point, which is just there. Again, I know I say when I do the map tools, if you're not sure what you can sell at the sell points, just go into the sell options menu. That one, no, it was right the first time. Go into here, go down each thing, and on the right hand side it will tell you all the places that will take those things. So generally speaking, animal dealer sell points are your bale type crops. It used to always be down as bale sales or something like that. Where are we? There you go. So silage, animal dealer will take it. Grass, hay, straw. So yeah, animal dealer sell point. There may be other things as well, but it's always worth a look. And then you've got your animal dealer point just there for your buying and selling of your animals. Cereal factory on the right hand side, production chain. Just there. Farmers market, sell point is just around the back of that building there. As you can see, Red Marble Bowl or Red Marble Bowling Restaurant sell point. Dairy is just there. Gas station on the right hand side. and then we have a selection over here. We've got our fast food restaurant, we've got our bakery, and we've got our grocery mart sell point all over this side. All standard in-game productions. Over this side we've got our vehicle store, with our vehicle store point there, with this workshop trigger just over here. This is also the reset point on the map, so if you need to reset anything it will reset back here. There aren't many maps, you get the odd one here and there where the reset point is the farm. Most of the time the reset point is at the vehicle shop. It's always worth double checking when I do my map tours, because it'll be that one time you just assume it is and it's not. Carpentry on our left. And this is what I was talking about, these large facilities. Got a massive grain facility here. The sell point is all up here. This is Selling Station West, which is just there. We go back to our map, just here. You'll see that it's part of the verges, the periphery, which costs nothing to buy, which means any of this apron here, you can place things. So whether it's sell points, production chains, anything like that, you can add in decoration things, whatever you like. I don't think we can remove anything though. Pretty sure these buildings are all fixed, so you can't come in and take anything out, but you can add some things in if you wanted to. So that's our Selling Station West. It's a big open map, big machinery. There's no fences, hedges, plenty of scope for blending fields together. If you wanted to make 2 or 3, 4 massive fields, you absolutely could. It's funny how you do enough map tours, and especially map tours by the same map makers, how in your mind they kind of blend together. Because I remember the previous version of this as well had loads of extra crop types. It had sorghum and, was it millet? It had carrots and onions in one of the updates, and it had the equipment for doing the carrots and onions as well. Now I seem to recall another map that had it as well, that had a train on it, and for some reason I thought this one had a train, and in my mind I'm thinking, that's weird, why would you set a train off? It didn't. The previous version of this didn't have a train, it was a different map. So we are heading, I should have had the map open down the bottom, shouldn't I, the whole time, sorry about that. So heading across the top, and this is where things that's strange, but we've got a grain mill, production chain just there. If we go a little bit further along, we've got another one, which is interesting, but this also shows up as grain mill as a sell point, which threw me a little bit, because when we come over here, it's showing on the map as 2 different points. So we've come all the way up here, across the top, grain mill, then here we've got another grain mill, there, and Selling Station North. So as far as I can tell, that's the Selling Station North, and in here is where you put your stuff in for your grain mill. Purchase and production chain is just here, and your pallets will spawn here. And we've just passed the one there as well, which is interesting to have 2 right on top of each other. Anyway, second grain mill. Let's continue. We've then got grape processing unit on our right, spinnery also on our right. It's another one of those maps, I think, where you've got a lot of scope. Everything's here, you can come on, you can play. So if you haven't got a lot of time on your hands and you just want to come on and play, if you like sort of the larger style maps, they're not always just American. We always kind of refer to them as big American maps, but they're not always American maps. There's a lot of big maps with big open fields now, but you can just come on, play, use the equipment, the unrealistic stuff, have a lot of fun, do a lot of harvesting, just play the game. But there's a lot of scope on this one, I think, where it's a lot more open. There's a lot of trees here around the outside, as you can see. There's a lot of mods that will allow you to remove trees fairly quickly if you want to, for wood chipping or just to get rid of them. and a lot of scope then for whatever you want to do. And with the landscaping mod, the game's changed so much over sort of the last couple of iterations from 17 to 19 to 22 that really, unless the map is so heavily, I'm trying to think what the word is, not cluttered, that's the wrong word. If the map is built in such a way that it makes it very difficult to landscape or change anything, then sometimes you're kind of, that's the map, that's what you're going to play on, and you might not want to change anything. But maps like this, there is so much scope to kind of make it your own further on from what the map maker's done. But, you know, I like that. Sugar mill on our right. Biogas plant also on our right, and as I said, if you come onto your farm management site from scratch, if you haven't got the verges, the periphery, the outside of the map, the triggers won't be showing on here, but once you buy that for €0, that will be here, and the biogas plant is available. It's a standard biogas plant, standard crop types in, digest date out, with standard recipes as far as I can tell. And then over here we have got, this is selling station northeast, and this is another interesting one. I think we've got three or four sell points right on top of each other. So selling station northeast, and we come across to here. This would be in the real world, where you've got all these grain cooperatives that are all competing against each other for everyone's business. We've got selling station central, which is just here. Let's go back to the map. I mean, it's fairly straightforward actually. From there we came across the top, grape processing and spinnery, down the side, past our sugar mill, biogas plant, selling station northeast, selling station central. We're going to come back up there and come down the side. Actually, that's what I wanted to check. Just go into... no, you can't. I think it's only... oh, hang on. Oh, no. Okay. I was hoping you could rename them. You could come on and change the name of them if you wanted to. But that's not an option. So, from here I will cut through the trees, trying to avoid hitting any, which I often do when I'm looking at my notes. It's mildly embarrassing. So, okay. So we come a bit further along, and we have got selling station southeast. So I mean, three right on top of each other: northeast, central, southeast. And then we come around the bottom. And we have the oil mill. Now I just want to check something here, because I'm pretty sure this is the plot down here. So we're down here. Yeah, we own that plot on New Farmer. But if we go into production chains, we don't own the production chain. That's an interesting one. So whilst we own the land, which gives us the ability to put other placeables and stuff on it, we don't actually own the production chain. We just have to purchase it. Yeah. The two are not inextricably linked. And that's the map. That's Lazy Acres Farm. We head back across and we'll come to the road that goes back up to the main farm. I think I covered everything. Pretty sure I did. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.